I think the analogy that comes to mind is, say, the sport of football, right? And you're a head coach, but you also have a defensive and an offensive coordinator typically who has a focus, right? But your job is to see how is the team doing as a whole, relying on that information that you're getting and the decisions that are being made from your offense and your defense. But you still have an understanding of what your offense is supposed to be doing and what those calls look like and what your defense is supposed to be doing and what their calls look like. So it's that broader picture that's important is what you're referring to here. Is that accurate?
Yes, do you remember the, famous pro football former UF Gator that we interviewed on the Inroads podcast?
I
And you remember
do.
the story that he told us where he put the offense and defense team against each other, and they were doing their thing, and, one of the sides was winning over the other. Point was, one of the if they didn't win this competition, the losing side had to go clean up all the equipment or something.
Right. Yes.
So they were like, We're not going to do this. This is a stupid game. I don't want to participate in this." Long story short, what the coach ended up saying, to your point about seeing the full field, is if you are out there longer, right? If you were out there longer, how much more exhausted are you going to be? So you
Mhm.
have to have the offense stronger, right? Defense isn't better than offense. Like, you all have to work together or you are going to spend X more amount of time on the field. Is that the best thing for you, for your team, or the team as a whole? And so understanding how that interconnected, that was a big light bulb moment for him to say, it's not just about defense or offense. It's about how are we giving each other time to recoup, time to be able to have the ball, pass the ball, all of that stuff. So yeah, it's a good analogy from a football perspective.
And I think it goes back to most a lot of times we hear the word silos, right?
Mhm.
And then so we have that silo. I'm in finance, I'm in HR, and this I just focus on what's important to me. And what we're saying is lift your head up and look over and see how you interact and what are the relationships that you have and what does that mean to the business as a whole.
Yeah.
And you made me think about that with the story from the Gator football team because they were just concerned with offense.
Yeah.
They were just concerned with defense. And the coach is like, no, 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 no. We're a whole team, offense and
Plays
defense.
for
We can't
4
function
quarters.
without each other. Right.
Right.
And the better that I function on defense, that gives the offense more time to function, right? And so it's a give and take, but it's having an appreciation for what the team looks like as a whole. And I think that's what the key thing we're trying to drive to in today's conversation is overall, what does the company look like? And where do we fit? Where does my contribution fit to the overall goals of the company?
And how do you see outside of yourself? That's really where you get the acumen from, the understanding, the awareness, and the context. See outside of yourself, see the full picture. Another analogy we use is if you're a fighter in the ring and you're going toe to toe with somebody, it looks very different than when you're the owner of the ring and you're running the entire event, the entire operations,
Yeah,
right? All the vendors, all the entertainment, the ticket sales, like you see that in its totality. That is the kind of acumen you would wanna have. When you're a fighter, then you understand the sport very differently than if you're literally just seeing eye to eye, toe to toe. So
that's a
you want
great
to be above
analogy.
the
Yeah,
ring, not in
yeah,
the ring in your business thinking.
absolutely.